Hello, and welcome to this HelloID Access Management product release video for August 2021. HelloID Access Management is a cloud-based solution to control who has access to your business applications. By offering single sign-on, access will be made easier for the end user. HelloID also offers a wide integration with many two- and multi-factor devices like YubiKey, Soft Token, Oath Tokens, SMS, Radius, and many more. HelloID is a good alternative for ADFS, Okta, OneLogin, and Azure P1 license. Please note that in this video, we will only show the new functionality for the September 2021 release. Please go to docs.helloid.com or our YouTube channel for more videos. Let's get started. In this video, we'd like to start with a PowerPoint presentation and then demo the new functionalities for the September 2021 release. In this release, we added several fixes and small changes as well as some major features. First, starting with this release, expiring certificates will also be shown as an incident on the incident screen. In the incident screen, the warnings will be shown for all certificates. This means for now, we do not check the toggles in the Show Certificate Usage window. We also added audit logging when an administrator is creating, modifying, or deleting an application. This logging will be sent to the reporting menu. Currently, only the action will be logged. If an application is modified, the content of the modification is not available in the logging yet. The third item we added is the option to assign roles to groups through the HelloID API. For more information about the HelloID API, please visit the website docs.helloid.com. Next, a small change was made in the token assignment window. We now also show the email address of the user, which is helpful when you are using multiple user sources in HelloID or have multiple users with the same name in your directory. Another change that has been made is the deprecation of the Disable Local Login option. Disabling the local login option was an option that was causing several issues. When your IDP was down and the local login was disabled, there would be no option to log into the portal anymore. This could cause downtime, and that's unwanted. If you still want to restrict the usage of the local login, it is still possible to hide the login and create a portal access rule for this local login identity provider. Please keep in mind that if you find yourself locked out of the portal due to access rules restrictions, a Tools Forever support technician is able to temporarily disable all the access rules that are in place. Another new feature we added is the option to remember MFA, multi-factor authentication, on your device for a certain amount of days. This option can be enabled globally by an administrator and is based on the browser of the user. If the user doesn't log off from the HelloID portal and just closes the browser window, he will not be prompted for multi-factor authentication for the amount of days that has been set up in the configuration. We also made a change in the user application window. From this release on, when users are sorting their applications, the sorting will be remembered. The last item we added was another option to the HelloID API, which makes it possible to add applications to a category through the API. For more information about HelloID API, please check the website docs.helloid.com. Let's start with the certification expiration warnings. As you can see here, in the administrator interface, two warnings are visible about a certificate which is about to expire and a certificate that has expired. You can resolve this warning, but if you don't remove the expired certificate, the incident will be opened again. Please keep in mind that you can subscribe on a specific incident through the company settings by adding your email address and subscribing to the tag AM Certificate. The next item we'd like to show you is the audit login on the application window. Let's start with creating a new application. We'll call this Demo, and we lead this to the Google website. As soon as you run through the wizard and go to the Elastic Stack reporting and refresh the view, you can see that there is a new message in the Authentication Admin Application Index. This states that you have created the item, the name, the type of the application, the guide, and the used template. When you modify this template, you will notice that there is another log rule added. Please keep in mind that this log does not contain the actual change, so you can only see that somebody edited the application. When you delete it, this will also result in another log rule. The next change we made is in the token assignment window for the hardware authentication. You can go there by Security 2FA, Oath Tokens, and here you can try to assign a user. As you can see here, the email addresses of the users are visible as well, so you can see whether you have picked the right person or not when there are people with the same name. The following item is the deprecation of the Disable button on the local IDP. As you can see here, in Identity Providers, there is the local IDP and the Disable option is not available anymore, so it's not possible to disable the local IDP entirely. As an administrator, you can always change the display on the login page to off, so it doesn't show it to the end users anymore, and if you want to add an extra layer of security, you can always create a portal access rule for the local logon. Please keep in mind that the Tools Forever support technician is able to disable the portal access rules temporarily when you don't have access to the portal anymore. The next new feature is the option to remember multi-factor authentication on a device. This option can be set up globally to let the user choose their MFA option screen. As you can see here in the management screen, we have an option to remember MFA. This option is off by default, and when you turn it on, the default value is 1 day. If you enable this option, the user can choose to remember the device when logging on. In this case, when the user closes the browser and reopens it, the multi-factor authentication will be skipped. If the user actively logs out of the HelloID portal, the Remember Multi-Factor Authentication option will be cleared. So you have to do another multi-factor authentication prompt again as soon as you log on. Let's see how this works. We have a user here, MFA Demo. And when logging in the first time, he will be asked to enter a code, and by default, the Remember Me option is on. When you press the prompt to log on to the portal, you will be logged on. Now, when closing the browser and opening a new one, and going to the portal, you can see that the multi-factor authentication option has been skipped. As soon as you log off, you have to do the authentication again. Please keep in mind that you are able to stack this. By stacking, we mean that we have sign-on policies where you have the Remember Me option, and if you enable Remember Me for end users and enable Remember MFA, you can create a potentially unsafe situation where a user will not be asked for a password nor multi-factor authentication for the days that have been set up in the interface. Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know if you have any additional questions. You can post your question in YouTube or send it to isupport@toolsforever.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive frequent updates about improvements and changes in HelloID. Have a wonderful day.